Hi everyone, welcome back. This is my day as an intern in Prague. This is my last week working as an intern at AB InBev, so I decided to film my day and do an office tour. I usually get to the office at 9, which means I need to get up at 7 and leave house at 8. Getting up early was a big challenge at first, but I slowly got used to it. Then I'll head up to the 7th floor where the people team work. Ta-da! Here we are at the main reception of the office. In case you don't know, AB InBev is one of the biggest beer companies. So you'll see lots of beer elements in the designs. Usually I walk through this path of beer kegs to my working area and head to my locker to get my laptop first. But before the day starts, there's one more thing. Yes, you guessed it, it's breakfast time! I usually cook for myself or bring yogurt with fruit, but I was feeling lazy so I got something on my way to work. I got an egg salad open sandwich and I believe it's called a chlebíček in Czech. Now girls ready to work, finally. Usually I start with checking my email and see if there are scheduled meetings for the day. Then I'll check the Gantt chart and start with my to-do list. And here comes my lovely manager, Caro. It was a busy April, haven't seen her in person for a while, so we catched up a bit. And we worked together in the morning after. And that's my other manager, Lou. Miss you two so much. So that's basically my daily morning with no meetings. And time for food, again. I try to cook as much as possible, and pasta is always an easy option. I remember I added zucchini and sweet pepper just to make it seem a bit healthier. Just because the bowls were small, so my food always seemed like a lot.
Also in Prague with the other side of Prague.
今天是实习倒数第2天，今天中午午休之后的时间带大家来看一下 office tour. This is what you can see beside the reception on the 7th floor. Here we have a cozy waiting area and the 10 principles we live by here. Following is our favorite coffee room we often stop by after lunch. The barista soy milk here is the best for coffee. Comment if you agree. Next to it is a meeting room called The Bottle. I really like the empty bottles decoration. Even the table was made of a beer ingredient called barley. How cool is that? You like our new EVP? Come and own it. Once you're in the working area, you'll see these rainbow kegs, which leads to a common space with cute rainbow decorations, one of my favorite corners of the office. Here we also have a kids room, which we always use as a meeting room when all rooms are booked. Beside the people team is another meeting room called the brew house. I personally love the differences between rooms, which makes daily more interesting. Another area on the 7th floor is the Budweiser bar. People mostly come here during lunch breaks. And this is where most social events are held and room for the open bar. I also did beer tasting here once. It was part of the new joiners training and I loved it. On the other side of the room is a ping pong table and our nab. People in the office often have non-alcohol beer with lunch. Drinks with alcohol are only available during open bar. And of course, we have all types of beer glasses for different beer types. The terrace during sunny days are always packed. We had barbecue during Easter time there too. Now we're heading up to the 8th floor. The visuals here are mostly in yellow, which is the main color of ABI. Walking in, you'll see several meeting rooms first. And then on the wall shows a road map of beers, since the 8th floor is for the International Logistics Office. Moving on to the 6th floor are more rooms people can use freely and another dining area. These are the Corona and Coronita room that can be combined as one, in which workshops and trainings for bigger audiences are held. Outside of the room, you can also find related decorations, including these cool surfboards. Now that's the cool down room where people can book to relax, and yes, there's a PS5 inside. Walking down the aisle, there's another room with ping pong table, which I've seen people using it as a working desk, and more meeting spaces even with a foosball table. The 5th floor is simply just more office and meeting rooms, so let's skip that. The 4th floor is the starting floor of ABI area in the building. And here we have a more formal and comfortable meeting space. I personally prefer it for monthly one-to-one feedback sessions. Beside it is a silent zone where you can stay focused completely quiet. So yeah, that's basically how Prage Hub looks like. And we sometimes have these cute decorations all over. Now, back to work. I'm using one of these individual rooms we called Bubba rooms. These help us stay focused and have meetings, phone calls, whatever, without disrupting other people. Then I attended the PCIC monthly call where the whole department gathered and participated in my last training about Czech culture. After the training, it was about time for my afternoon coffee routine. I remember when I was still in Taiwan, I didn't spend time making myself coffee. I'd usually just stop by coffee places or convenience stores instead. However, this routine seemed to have become a must part of my day, when I get to slow down, take some breath, and clear my mind. Looking back, the days I got coffee and enjoyed the sun with colleagues were one of my favorite memories throughout the internship. Here at Prage Hub, people come from various backgrounds, and it's so nice getting to know different people, listen to different ideas, and being reminded that it's not always just about work, but about figuring out what you personally value or enjoy, and building your very own lifestyle. And that concludes the day before my last day as an intern at AB InBev. Good morning. Today is April 25th, 2025. It is sadly the last day of my internship. Looking at my schedule, I still can't believe how quickly time went by. This morning, we had a meeting with an external trainer, discussed on details and technical issues for the upcoming training. Not gonna know, but hope the training will go well. Then the team discussed and worked on some other events and operations like it's just another usual day. For lunch, we decided to go to Puzzle Salad across the street, and we all got the tasty noodles. I love the food, and I love these people even more. After getting back to the office, I found a room and finished writing a card for my manager. Since I am very grateful for her support and encouragement, I was not here for very long, but it was an amazing journey. We handled multiple events across different countries, different zones, dealt with and solved all sorts of problems, celebrated every small achievements together. This was my way of expressing gratitude and saying bye properly.
You're like a celebrity.
Exactly, but this is gonna be super fast then, or
Okay, because this conversation they don't need to hear.
no, exactly, no, especially this one. Don't hear.
Later in the afternoon, we had our last feedback session, wrapping up my time here and looking back on the progress I've made in the past few months.
Oh, I have a package.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's just. So here is the certificate.
And I got my certificate with some nice Corona merch. Last time celebrating Friday with the T&D team. Soon it was time to go. Last mission was to put away the paper boxes of free beer I got that month. This is not a paid ad, but Hoegaarden and Corona are the best. Goodbye, Prage Hub. Thank you and wish us all the best.